Usually my name is William. Today's video is called A Specific the Day-Age Theory. So we talk about the day-age theory now. Um, um, I'll show you some pictures of it. So it's a picture of a book, a long book. It says the days of creation, billion years, okay, and then yeah, the days are overlapping of the days, okay. And it is 6 days or 6 billion years. Well, I'll get to that soon. Here's the last days and poems of the day-age theory, and you want to take the 6-day creation or 6-8 or the ages. Okay, in evening mornings suggests 24-hour periods. The death when it enters for fall reflects on Romans 5. That's day-age theory right there. Oh, if you want to know what this is, well, that's Pastor Roger Jimenez talking about the day-age theory. Yeah, yeah, I know, and I can't watch anymore because his YouTube channel, I think it got banned from YouTube again. So I can't even watch him anymore either. So. But anyway, let's just keep going. So that's 5 main creation theories. Gap theory, DH, and theistic evolution. Frame theory, and 6D universal creation theory. Well, there's more than this and that, you know. I'll get to that soon. DH theory. DH theory. Here's creation. What is the DH theory? Alright, and so what is that? Well, let's go read about it. I don't know if the DH theory teaches the DH creation is already the Earth older. Well, it does. If you think the 7th day is done, well, then now we'll teach that the Earth is 7 billion years old, and you know, instead of 4.5 billion, you know, what you know, but you know, 7 billion is still older, but look, it's older than what the atheists want. Is it 6 billion years old or 7 billion years old? Well, I don't know, but the day-age theory is teaching that the Earth is older than what the atheists want. And plus, I know they're not going to be happy about this because they're going to correct you and say that the Earth is 4.5 billion, not 7 billion. I know. And plus, I don't want to make the atheists happy anyway because I want to teach young Earth creationism, but this is also still wrong, and this is not good either. And I told you, adding to the Bible it's going to add the plagues unto you, and also subtracting from the Bible is going to subtract you from the book of life. So let's read this. So that's the Davis Young, why he abandoned the day-age theory. Alright, let's read this part, okay? So the long-age compromiser Dr. Davis Young was the staunch of the advantage of the day-age theory. He eventually abandoned this nonsense, and because this egocentrical gymnastics required harmonicize the Genesis order with the order of the events of long-age geology. The day-age hypothesis insisted in at least a substance of textual, possibly that the days of creation were long periods of time, but an determined length. although the immediate context implies the term yom for day. Now, yom is mean. Yeah, if you want to know what yom just means day in Hebrew. Okay, it really means a day. Having devised means allowing Genesis chapter 1 to be in harmony with an ancient planet. Day age advocates needed to demonstrate that the sequence of creative activities of Genesis chapter 1 matched to the sequence of events that's divided by the astronomers and geologists, while day-agers outdid themselves in constructing impressive correlations. Of course, these correlations all differ from each other, while a fairly convincing case that could be made for a general concord. Specifics of these correlations are a bit more murky. There were textual obstacles with the obstacles to the agers that developed an amazing ideology of so many. The biblical text, for example, was a variation appearing the third day and animals on the fifth day. Together, however, had long weary lines of vertebrate animals were swarming the seas long before vegetation gaining a foothold on the land. Thus, the age conflict however failed despite well-intentioned Christians, earlier self-included. From the other I mean something different what it says. In my case, I suggested the days were overlapping days. Publicly repented of the judgment ideation a few years ago, but I will have to move that further. They're embarrassing myself. Well, I also have it in this. So I forgot to tell you that I also have it in this book. Of the age theory. So the age theory right here in this book called Truth and Genesis Exposing the Evolution of Millions of Years by J.W. Wheelis. It says right here, the age theory is an idea in Genesis that are not literal 24-hour days, but instead long periods of time. But it is ridiculous to say that the Genesis are long periods of time. Think about it. God created the plants on the third day, and He created the sun on the fourth day. If these days were actually millions of years apart, then those plants were going to have to wait a difficult time waiting for the sun to come up. And they would have not survived for millions of years without the sun. Not only that, but the birds and the flying insects were created on the fifth day, and they pollinate the plants. No, the days in Genesis are not long periods of time. So that's what the book says. So, but I want to keep reading this. So yeah, let's keep reading this. So now, worse yet, the text states on the fourth day, God made heavenly bodies after the earth was already in existence. But the body confrontation with science, astronomy insists that the sun is older than the earth. How do the de-agers warm out of this? And this usual subjective involves the suggestion that light originally visible on Earth was sunlight, obscured and diffused by the thick atmosphere to begin its period of the separation of waters on the second day, and not until the fourth day, however, the head that missed then at the point that the sun became visible from the Earth. Genius is all seems to be, but one is stuck of force of nature them all. Well, strategical gymnastic maneuvers have been displayed remarkable flexibility. I suspect that they resulted in temporary damage to the ideological musculature. Alright. So that's the age theory. Alright, and this one is called General Scholar and the Newest Variation of the age theory part 1. And I'll read part 2 as well. Several months ago, Dr. General Schroeder, the two-time guest on the Zola TV program. The TV titles of programs were in the day's beginning, the day's creation, received a number of the inquired these programs. And ING obtained and viewed these view these videos. Dr. Skirter, the physicist, is from MIT, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in the U.S., has resided in Israel for the past 20 years, although he claims to believe the little invitation of Genesis, including the 6 little 24-hour days. It actually appears in the day-age theory more than in his theory more than the innovation is on the old day-age theory. That is because the older day-age theories insist on that the world is the same age in evolution as claimed. It is could be perhaps 15 billion years old. That is the really divine of the period of the 6 age long periods of time. He chooses to call these called days. Like more recent proponents of the age theory, because he claims that God used the Big Bang to start the first day. According to Dr. Skorider, since the universe started each in such a very tiny volume, the first 24-hour days was a period of 8 billion years. As the universe continued to expand, the second day was only 4.5 billion years, and the third day was 2 billion years, and the fourth day was 1 billion years. The fifth day is 0.5 billion years, and the sixth day is a quarter of a billion years, and the grand total of 3.5 billion years. He does not, as a choice of very variable day, the lengths of the discernible scientific reasoning, nor does he offer billion bases for such a division. He made a myriad of the supposed to accept his redefinition of the word day and ignore all the biblical evidence, such as Genesis chapter 1 verse 5 and Exodus chapter 20 verse 8-11, and then his creation day was literally the same length of time as an ordinary day of a weekday. Moreover, the Dr. Skirter's hereditary numbers as such with each other. He chooses the divine of 15 billion years and the degree of the expansion of the universe. He defines a million, and that which is 1 billion. And then applying that by 365 days of the year, you see it says by hypothesis of 6 proving its theory. However, the actual answer is 5.475, meaning that we have not yet completed the 6th day. Therefore, according to this theory, animals and humans should not be around. Dr. Skirter continues by saying, because we are in the 6th day of creation, the Sabbath day, and the 7th day of his rest has not occurred. However, Genesis 2 verses 1 and 2 clearly states that God ended his work and he rested, and blessed and sanctified because in it he rested. All these statements remain in past tense. How could this be where we are still in the 6th day, Dr. Skirter claims? Let's sort of state the basic Hebrew. The evening is chaos, and basic root word is morning is order. He sees no Hebrew scholar supporting this view, which appears that scholars would be without foundation. The Hebrew word for evening is Arab. It appears to be no relation to the word would expect for chaos, tohu. A simile of the morning, boker, has no discernible connection to the word of expected for order, sidor, since Dr. Skorider offers no details supporting this alleged Hebrew word relationships. Reading it does not take him seriously to this point indicates that he knew there was a root word relationship and logical fallacy to dangers involved using the word roots to interpret the Bible, and which led people astray on many issues. Now, proceeding this argument nonetheless, Dr. Skirter asserts that the shows universe with the chaos with the Big Bang. It was already ordered by God. Does this mean that each day started with chaos and ended with order? Do things go on the 6-day cycle of chaos order and chaos order? In Dr. Scorder creation scenario, the sun was actually created on day 2. However, the atmosphere was merely translucent. It could be visibly discerned in the Earth's atmosphere. That's on day 4 in contrast, in chapter 1 verse 14-19. The Quran states the sun and moon were on day 4 and the percent of firmament. Another a claim of the old age theory was a claim evaporates. The examination of the passage evolved. For example, the biblical account does not use the Hebrew word for appear, and does say that the sun and moon appeared on the 4th day. Instead, Genesis chapter 1 verse 16 says, He made them then. Part 2 of this article. And here's part 2. Several months ago, Dr. Gerald Scorder was a guest of the Zola Levitt TV program because he received a number of inquiries of these programs in time to view these videos. This is part 2 of the 2-part review of the TV broadcasts. So the summary of part 1: Dr. Scorder was a physicist amid a resistance of the Israel for the past 20 years. Although he claims to believe the literal interpretation of Genesis, including 6 literal 24-hour days, and it actually appear on this theory. It's nothing more than a new variation of the old day-age theory, and it's because, like the older day-age theories, this theory asserts that the world really is the same age as the evolutionists claim. It is currently perhaps 15 billion years old, but it's relatively defined that the 6 age-long periods of time. Where the Tuesday Cardi says, like more than recent events of the age theory, and he begins that God used the Big Bang and started the first day. Paul run also this review of Scorder's conclusions, pointing out this math was totally wrong, and its understanding of the Hebrew text and the Genesis was faulty, and that the Bible argues the Big Bang view. And here is part 2. Dr. Scorder may not believe in evolution per se, but he bases his version of the age theory on evolutionary dating methods, on the evolutionary interpretation of the fossil record, and the acceptance of this theory, which places the fossil record before the advent of man, and once accepted, billions of years of death and disease struggle preceded the entrance of man. Therefore, the entrance of sin then takes away the death of the penalty of sin. Here's out of Genesis chapter 2 verse 17 and then Genesis chapter 3 verse 19. And nullifies the work of Jesus on the cross, i.e. is understanding that Dr. Scorder is a Jewish faith. It's suddenly obvious that Dr. Scorder was compromised by his understanding of the Bible due to his evolutionary science and the standard evolutionary Big Bang theory. However, it appears that serious misunderstanding about even that theory. No realizing that the Big Bang theory has no edge to this matter. Scorder images, such as edge, appears that believes that clocks near the edge run slow than compared to the clocks on Earth. He does not appear to realize that the standard Big Bang theory that all its clocks running at the same rate everywhere. Anyhow, he imagines that clocks at the edge of the universe and register only days, only clocks here will register billions of years, and this is exact opposite of the standard general relativity says that clocks in the cosmos at the edge actually would behave. According to Dr. Russell Humphrey's book, Time, he did a book of the Scorder idea several years ago. This is not if Dr. Scorder was emulsified since that time. You have Scorder's scientific view that clocks are viewed tick slowly. We're correct. We're to go around an important biblical question. What does God measure time? In the days of where Genesis ellipse at the edge of the universe, or did they ellipse on Earth? The Bible teaches that the universe runs on Earth time, which involves approximately 24 hours and regular rotations of the Earth. The Bible teaches a young Earth, but the Square theory does not. Finding Dr. Square numbers have not kept up to the date in a scientific fashion. According to this theory, the sixth day need to be 16 or 17 billion years old. Universe. This is no longer revealing ever changing, and except the age of the universe, it is now about 13 billion years. And in his book on the envelope method of the creation, days of observed years, we get 16.4 billion years. But the universe is now to be about 13 billion years old, and thus we find the day of we're on the day of 4.8 instead of 5.5. The creation week is still going on, and it has been created God and has not resisted yet. The 1 billion figure, or the 1 billion figure, is the expansion of the universe as C part 1, but which Square uses the basics of numbers found on nothing, not all of the rounded out zeros, but the magnitude number of the taken number journey, chooses the expansion of the edge of the Big Bang. Another person would just have a taken number 1,000 times bigger or 1,000 times smaller. The light of the Square appears only the necessary compromise with evolutionists. Not only of its facts, but its action of the Square age theory, but it's also built on the sense as well. Okay, ING thinks the Dr. Russell Humphreys is going to have the contributions to this article. For this information, the gap in age theories on Genesis account, please on the GA Genesis. Alright, so that's the age theory. Is there any more? Let me see. Because you might say, alright, so there's talking about, but this is talking about the days of Genesis are literally is in the literal 24-hour day. Well, I don't believe the days of creation are long periods of time, though. The point, that's what the problem is here. Okay, here's this part right here. The Far Infinite Bible, 1903, in Genesis chapter 1. Okay, so that's another thing I found out. So the Far Infinite Bible, 1903, says, by God, it produced solar systems, which had produced the earth. And that since the 5 days, this was the dawn of the first age. At the end of the first age, it says this is the close and dawn of the second age. And it does, but he's doing his best to fit millions of years in the Bible. And he says, let's take a look at so. Yeah, this is a long article, part of the book. But yeah, it says let's take a look at work day. It's used in Genesis chapter 1, and then we used it back in Genesis chapter 1. And to see how it is defined there. So that's what it says. Yeah, so it means to talk about ordinary day. So, are the days of creation long periods of time? Well, no, I believe there are short periods of time. And I do believe they're shorter than 24 hours. So, are the days creation, 23, 22, or 21, or maybe 20 hours instead of 24 like we have right now? Well, that could be another theory I might have to talk about as well. And it is true because I know it is true that the Earth's rotation is slowing down. That's what I believe, and that is true. But I don't know. And plus, I learned we have a long time before but we do have a long time before we have to worry about the Earth rotating for 25 hours. Anyway, because right now the Earth is rotating for 24 hours. But, believing that day's creation were 20 hours instead of 24, well, I don't know if that's true either. Because I don't know if the day's creation were 20, 21, or 22, or 23 hours instead of 24. Well, I don't know that's true for sure, because it could be just live for 24 hours, but like the Bible said, it could be just be live for 24 hours, but we don't know that for sure. But if that's true, who knows? But but I just want to tell you the days are not long periods of time, And because this is an Exodus right here. In the 6 days, the Lord made heaven and earth, and for the sea all in them is. And he rested on the... Alright, so here, it says right here, the day of the rotation of the earth on its axis, a month is orbit of the moon around the earth, a year is an orbit around the sun. So what do you idea for a week? And the only place it's found in is in the Bible. For the 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, and the sea all that is, and rest on the 7th day. Wherefore the Lord rested the 7th day and hallowed it, in Exodus chapter 20, verse 11. So that's what it says. Alright. So yes, I hate this stage theory. It's wrong. Okay? The Bible does not teach this. Okay? The days of creation are probably either 24 hours or shorter. Like 23, 22, or 21, or 20 hours. Not long periods of time. You know what? Because that's wrong. Because, this is not the Bible teaches. Okay? The Bible teaches that days creation are short periods of time, not long periods of time. Okay? So, and plus the 7th day, plus all the 6 days creation are done with, and God rested on the 7th day. Okay? And plus, sin was made from Adam and Eve, that's why. You don't need evolution, or millions of years, anyway, but, So yes, I hate this. So I know I told you last video I hate the gap theory. Well, I also hate this DH theory, because the DH theory is also wrong. Doesn't fit the Bible at all. Okay, and now we talk about... So they put evolutions of damn souls to hell. You go to heaven and believe on Lord Jesus Christ. Salvation is by faith alone, and grace in Jesus Christ alone, and one saves every by easy business the truth, meaning you can't lose your salvation. So by easy business that salvation is easy to do is believe in Jesus for salvation. Well, I could get into I'll move this, okay? Alright. Before I want to get into another about people adding evolution to the Bible, I'll talk about my next video. I'll talk about another Chinese festival, okay? Which is the Dragon Boat Festival, and then I'll get into progressive creation and theistic evolution. So my next video will be what is about the Dragon Boat Festival. I'll talk about that next video. Okay? Yeah, I'm just going to change that so that way I'll get into that, next video. So that way I know. My view, I know. I want to make China related videos as well, but I'm gonna still talk about the Bible while, but I'm still gonna make it about the Bible. I'm still gonna be talking about the Bible while I'm doing that because I believe the Bible. And yeah, I know, and I hate communism, so that's why. But I'll talk about the Dragon Boat Festival next video. But well, now I don't believe the Dragon Boat Festival has anything to do with communism, and I'll get to that next video. Anyway. So also you have to get saved according to the Bible, okay? Point evolution to damn souls to hell. When you go to heaven is to believe all Lord Jesus Christ. Salvation is by faith and grace in Jesus Christ alone. Once you're saved by ease, belief, and truth, meaning you can't lose your salvation by ease, belief, and salvation is to do is believe in Jesus Christ for salvation. Okay, and I'll talk about next video. It's called What is Possible About the Dragon Boat Festival. I'll talk about that next video because I have to go right now. But thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.